Welcome to Happiest Places Home, the interior design channel. If you're into interior design, you'll love it here. I'm Suzanne, an interior designer and your hostess. In this video, we're exploring the Target Threshold designed with Studio McGee Spring line. There are so many pieces to explore. In fact, we'll be looking at 54 of them and we'll breeze right through. You'll be able to explore this collection with me faster than you could if you were looking online or shopping around in the store. And you're going to get a lot of detail, but also opinions from an interior designer. I will show you my top picks out of the collection, and they're scattered throughout the video. We have decor pieces, wall art, we have Easter pieces, can you believe it? And furniture. With so much to accomplish, we better just get started. The wavy ceramic vases, there's a taller one and then a more round one. These are some of my top picks. I think it has a very organic flavor to it. I love the neutral color, and they're just very interesting. It looks like little sculptures, and you could display these without florals, but I wouldn't. But as you know, I would use white florals. So these are 11 inches tall on the taller one. So that's a good size vase. And then the other one is 6 inches and change. If it were me, I would definitely purchase both. I think they look so great together. And the way that they're shaped, I mean, they're definitely meant to be together. So excellent. The twisted handle ceramic vase is $25, and this is about 10 inches high, but it's also about that same width. So it's a short and stout little vase, and I do like the twisting effect, and the peach aspect of it sure does look springy. And if you're going to use my idea of always having white flowers, this could be your whisper of spring going on, but that wouldn't be the only reason to buy it. And you can see in their images, it doesn't look so over the top peach in different lights. But I think this is a pretty piece at a decent price. The ceramic hand-molded pedestal bowl in pink is $25, and this is a foot wide, so it's quite the large piece. It would coordinate well with the previous piece, of course, and extremely springy. So I would put something neutral in this bowl or nothing at all. But yes, if you were thinking pink for your spring palette, then this would be a good piece to choose. The Twisted Edge marble dish in cream is $25. That's a decent price for marble. It's 8.6 inches wide, and it's a great place to display a few small items, or instead to perhaps put your keys or your jewelry on a console at the front of your home. But there are some Easter eggs coming up, like literal marble Easter eggs coming up in this video, and just putting a few of those in that dish I think would be a good look. Here we have a catch-all tray. It's square, about 5 inches wide, and priced at $20. This one is, the intention for it is actually to put your keys and whatever else, lip gloss. Your phone's definitely not going to fit in there, but it's a pretty piece and a good price for $20 for the marble. And as you can see, it's got a little bit of that mustardy flavor in there with the lighter spring colors. Here we have the set of 3 mini olive wreaths with ribbon. The wreath itself is 14 inches in diameter, and then there's a bow that flows from it, and that makes it about 24 inches long. When I saw these, they reminded me of our video about Ballard designs. These would look very beautiful hanging from the back of dining chairs for your spring entertaining, and I think it's a decent price for those. This item is screaming spring. It's the pink lilac potted arrangement at $30. So you're getting the look of that vase that is my top pick, along with florals that are already placed in it. And they're placed in it very well. It's a nice arrangement. I have to say it again? You know how I feel about color in florals, but if you really wanted a spring look in a room, then this definitely would do that. And they look rather realistic. I tried to show you up close there. And I think that's a good price for such a well done arrangement. The privet seated potted artificial arrangement is $20. We have a pretty color yellow here for spring, but it also has the vase on it that I liked previously, but it's all in one arrangement for $20, and this is 17 inches high. This is one of my top picks. It's the Belfield fully upholstered bench, and it's checks. It looks like stripes there, doesn't it? That was one of the reasons why I picked it as a favorite at first. I thought it was stripes, but it's still ideal with the check pattern. And it's $180. That's a good price for a bench. They're able to keep the price lower because they're not putting official wood or, let's say, brass or whatever legs on it. They're just covering up the structure for it. But I still think it's really pretty, and it seems like that would be beautiful at the bottom of the bed, or if you do need something near your entrance or in the laundry room even to change shoes or whatever. I love it. The border stripe throw blanket is orange and cream. It's a 50 by 60 throw, so a medium size, and it's $35. So a nice infusion of spring color, and it's a little bit lighter weight, of course, than what we're using in the winter. A pretty little piece there. Here is another top pick of mine. It's the battery-operated candelabra wall sconce at $60. So if you don't have the electrical setup to have sconces in an area where you wished you could have, here's your answer. And these exist, Amazon, everywhere. But this is a very elegant version of that, and it could fit into so many different styles if you're modern or traditional, whatever you are. It seems like this could suit, unless you have, a lot of stainless steel or silver accents in that room. But what an ideal piece, and I would love to get my hands on a few of these. Check out this adorable lamp. It's the stick lamp with a brass bow, and it's $50. This reminds me of something really ideal for, a little girl's room or a teen room, or if you did need a lamp to decorate in your kitchen or something like that. But I think it's really cute, and the lampshade goes really well with it. It reminds me of lamps that they've had in the past at Pottery Barn Teen. And that maybe is what's making me think it would be good for a little girl's room, but I thought it was pretty adorable. Here is one of my top picks. It's the ceramic table lamp with handles in cream, and it's $80. This has the flavor of her own lamp, so she's duping herself from her company, and hers typically cost about $350-ish. So this is a fabulous deal. And if you wanted an update in your inventory of lamps, this shade shape is really more modern, and I just love the idea that it's cream. There was a green one that was more petite in Target's arsenal with Studio McGee a while ago, but I prefer this one. I think it's priced well, and I absolutely love it. By the way, it's 17 inches tall. I didn't put that in the visual, so I thought I'd mention it. The scallop shade metal table lamp is $50, and it's a petite piece, and this plum color is very desirable. I like it a lot. It seems like this would be best for a guest room, maybe not as substantial as something you would want in your main bedroom. But also, this would be nice in an office, or even if you work outside of the home, to bring something cute like this to your office to dress it up and give it a little personality. Here is the woven flush mount ceiling light at $60. This would be a gorgeous update to your flush mount if you have the old-fashioned style and you've been meaning to get rid of it. It would really do a lot to update your space, but to me it definitely does look summery, beachy, coastal, you know. But if you're going for that look, I think this could work quite well for you. And the shape of it is really cute, the whole wavy thing that's very in style right now. Here's a little fun thing for the people who just love a navy blue, and I know a lot of you do. This choice of boxes, the small and the large, one at $15, one at $20, would be a great thing to have in the living room to put your Apple remote or whatever remote you have, and to hide away some things that you might commonly use. This is one massive canvas. So it's framed, $125 for something that's 60 inches wide. That is pretty unbelievable. Now, if you do hang a very large piece of art, you are instantly going to get more of a luxurious look in your home. It will look more high end. And this piece of art is actually very well done. You may be able to find something less expensive at, say, a Home Goods or a Home Sense or TJ Maxx or whatever, even Ross, as you know from a recent video. But this is so well done that I think it's worth the $125. Now, this is also a way to have a different look than the one that we're so used to lately, and I'm about to show you that. This is what I was referring to in this image. You can see having a collection of items is another way to go. This particular piece, the bird light wood framed art at $60, is a really beautiful piece. I love that sort of organic brownie with a hint of rose color. I use that in a lot of my work that I do here on my videos in the background, that sort of color. Beautiful. And having doves, which I'd imagine they are they, what type of bird is that? I think a dove. So a collection of 3 doves. Hey, was that meant to be something for the holidays and it didn't make it in time? 3 turtle doves. Anyway, what a cute piece, and it is very stylish and now. So I like that one. But anyway, having a collection versus a large piece of art is something that you really have to think about. How do you want to handle it? But I always love larger art, and I think you know that. But I also do have gallery collections as well. For you coastal lovers, here is the Ocean Surf framed canvas at $50. And this one is, you know, a petite piece, but it's not as petite as it looks, I feel, in these images because it's 30 inches wide. Think about how big that is. So you could hang this on a wall and have it take over a smaller space, but also I think it would look best in a gallery situation. You know, so where it's propped up right there, I'm just thinking it does look smaller than those dimensions. But whatever, it's a very pretty piece, well done, and moving on. This seems like a very good value. You get 2 framed architecture prints for $60. The only thing I would say is I wish there were 4 and it was then $120, because hanging 4 of these together would just be so superb. I think you can see in an image there, yeah. Picture 2 more on top of that and having this gorgeous display on the wall. I'm going to give you a designer tip right now. If you buy 2 of these, so you'd have 4, if you can take the back off of it and manipulate 2 of them a touch with some sort of pen and ink, or just hang them, okay, you've got 2 side by side, and then just flip the order on the next. If someone's looking at it and not studying it, it will look like it's a grouping of 4, and it would look fantastic. And for $120, what a good idea. That's a little designer trick. We're tricking the eye a tad just by, but if someone's sitting there and staring at it, they'll obviously notice. I'm inserting this here because it's a wall hanging. This is the printed fabric pin board, and you can use it for organization, a decorative thing, but it goes very well over a desk in your office, or I think also it's meant to go in a teen room because she does have some beds and things that are teen oriented. I think I might do a separate video on those things at some point. Brace yourself if you're not ready to see Easter, and please don't shoot the messenger. So these are arriving just like a lot of the other items on December 22nd. But this is a really cute piece. So it's kind of like, well, wait, do I snap up my Easter stuff now before it's gone? But this would be such a stylish way to decorate for the holiday. Above and beyond the traditional methods. I really like it. And it's not line art technically because we've got the eye of the bunny dotted here and then a little swirl to create the bottom. So it's a really pretty piece, not line art. And what I like about it too is that organic looking brownish rosy color behind it, as we've said about the other item. This is another top pick of mine. Feast your eyes on this set of 4 marble Easter eggs, priced at $15 for that grouping. They're about 2 inches in length, each one, so petite. But these would look great if you're doing kind of a minimalist situation in your home. Placing a few of these on, one dish that's also marble or something like that would really be all you needed to decorate for Easter. But they're just really interesting pieces to look at as well. So I recommend these, and I think they might go well with your bunny if you bought her bunny last year. It also has that mustardy look on the one piece, which is very in style. So just suggesting that these would be a good thing to buy as an Easter decor grouping this spring. Now, if you liked the bunny, here's another. We've got the stone Easter bunny, but this one this time is made of soapstone. But, if you bought the marble bunny last year, this would also look cute with that. And $15, I think, is a decent price for this adorable little piece. It's 4.25 inches high. Here is a more traditional piece. I do like that there's such a variety in this range. I think actually she may always have quite the variety, but we're talking about this one. And yes, I just think there's kind of something for everyone. And I love that. So this is $20. It's the cast metal bunny candy dish. I do want to alert you that in the description, it says that it's not food safe. I can't imagine that that's true if they're displaying it in the fashion that you're looking at right now. But sometimes descriptions are cut and pasted from other things. So I'll let you figure that out for yourself. But I think it's beautiful just as a decorative piece as well. So how cute. We have a petite throw pillow, 14 inches round, and it's in army green with this embroidery situation going on. That is $22. And it looks nice in the little thing you're seeing there. It's kind of like that thing that everybody's calling granny decor, but you could use it in a more luxurious way as you wish. Here's another one of my top picks. It's the Elder 2-door cabinet in a natural finish, $250. But let me tell you why it's a favorite of mine. I've talked with you before about bedside tables and how they're always too slender and they don't look designer. You could absolutely buy 2 of these and create a very modern yet elegant look in your bedroom. Just an instant update. The only problem is it doesn't have a drawer and it just has the 2 cabinets. But I can live with that if you can live with that. I mean, obviously, you can just use it as a cabinet, which is the intention, like a little console somewhere in a slender space. But I like it for the reason that I was saying, which is it could be bedside tables. In fact, if you'd prefer using it in a guest room where the person isn't really going to need drawers, but to give that guest room a gorgeous update would be, I think, a really great idea. Another PS, this is 38 inches wide. Let's start out by saying this piece is 60 inches wide. It's the Elder Media Stand in the natural finish. I do like that curvy accent on it, just like I did for the thing that I'm suggesting as a bedside table. This piece is $400. It doesn't have to be used as a media stand. You could use it as a console behind your sofa, or on a long wall where you need some extra storage. Obviously, you would have large art above this piece, and I think this is very beautiful. This, let's just say, this also is a top pick of mine then. This upholstered chair is in a creamy, lovely fabric, $380. And in the vignette that you're about to see, it looks very cozy and comfy. I'll be showing you the ottoman next. And especially with the inclusion of the ottoman, it just looks like such a nice place to read a book or relax and watch TV, in fact. There's so many ways that you can arrange furniture in a living room. And one of my favorites would be to have these side by side in the back of the room facing the TV, and then sofas on either side lengthwise. Anyway, it's a really nice piece, and I think it's a great combo with that ottoman. Here is the associated ottoman. It is $100, and it would look just gorgeous with that chair. So I think it's priced well, and as a combo of the two, priced well. I hope you'll agree. Here is a sofa that's associated with the line in the chair and ottoman that I showed you just previous to this. This is 69 inches wide, so it's not incredibly wide. Like, it would be tough to lay down on this one unless you're real tiny, but it's $650, so that's a great price. This would be a really cute setup if you have one of those traditional homes, federal, or some people call it Georgian setup, where you have a small living room right in the front of the house. This would look great in a room like that, or in an office for your guests to sit on. I just think it would be tough to do a TV watch unless you have a tiny room and you need that. The box pleat upholstered chair is $400, and the pleating at the bottom of this does give it, obviously, that more traditional look. It's nice and creamy, very beautiful, but we do have this in another color. Before we get to that, notice the ottoman. There is an ottoman for the other color and for this one. Okay, all right, so let's get into the other color. We have this one, and it's called Mushroom. I think it's really pretty and unusual. So same price, $400, just in a different fabric. And I think both colors of the chair look great with that ottoman. And the ottoman is $120. So I'm showing it to you in the mushroom, but just know that there also is one available in the natural to go with the other chair. And I think in the combo, if you buy both, that's a decent price when you put them together. The Coralina upholstered wooden bench is $160, and it has that pale blonde wood on the bottom, and then we've got the dark chocolate. So it's a way for those of you who use a lot of light woods to incorporate the, different flavor of a dark wood, but instead doing it with upholstery, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm about to show you the different pieces in this photo, the dining chairs and the table, but first we'll talk about this 2-pack of cardamine wooden dining chairs. They're in a natural color wood, but then we've got the woven material underneath your seat. And the price is fantastic. It's $180 for 2 chairs. That's great. I could see this being used as a kitchen set. you know, like a little dinette in a way. But I also have a little trick for you coming up after that, I think. But let's take a look at the table, and that's $550 for this oval table. And the reason I'm saying kitchen is it just looks like a classic kitchen table. And it's got, though, the modern little rail at the bottom. Do you see that? I'm going to show it to you up closer. So it has a little fun accent that you wouldn't expect, and I like it for that reason as well. Now check this out. Here's the cardamine woven upholstered bench. And what you could do is place that at one of the sides of the table and have that fun bench situation going on. So just suggesting that as a possibility. But also this is great for all of the regular uses of benches. Putting on shoes, putting it at the bottom of the bed, etc. So $160 is a decent price for that piece. Here is a top pick of mine for sure. It is a slipcover dining chair. I love the khaki color, so it's a little bit darker than the other natural fabrics that you've been seeing. And $140 for this beautiful dining chair is a fabulous offer by Target and Threshold brand, designed with Studio McGee. So I think this is a winner in my opinion. And if you're in need of dining chairs and it goes with your wood, because it does have that blonde wood at the bottom, I would absolutely buy these. Now here's a peek at the Spring Collection's Dark Woods, and this is the Docinia bookshelf in brown, $350. I think that's a decent price for this bookshelf, and I have a fun idea to go along with this. But let's just leave that aside for a second and say this could be a perfect piece for that small part of your, say, dining room, kitchen area, or even living room, just for a small wall. But my real idea for this is to create a whole system where it actually appears that you have custom, what are they called? Built-ins. I'm sorry. And if you got the setup that I'm showing you now, it would look like that quite a bit. Do you agree? Now you could also use this with some other pieces, and we'll talk about that next. You could also use this console table, which is $100 less than the previous console, to have that built-in look. But what this would actually be good for, and we do have a desk that looks just like this, so you could do it with the console table or the desk. You could have a little office setup that looks like it was custom. Or, I mean, in a kid's room. I think that would have to be more of like a masculine room, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so $300 for that console table. I really love this table, so we're going to make this one of my top picks. It's the Harriet console table at $300. It's shaped like a Sheridan Hall table, traditional, but the honey wood is what's making it a tad different. And I think this is really lovely. It's perfect for a small spot where you just need a little something. Here is the Azarella media stand in the oak color. It's $400 and it's really giving off that 70s feeling. It reminds me of my great-grandmother's record player and stereo console, except for the fact that it has that roped effect on it. So it's kind of a combo of a little traditional with that modern retro flair, you know? Also in the Azarella collection, we've got this console table, $300. It really looks beautiful behind a sofa. I love the little scene that was created there by designers, so very nice. And it's always nice to have a bottom shelf so you can display just a few more things since we have so many, you know. Here's the scalloped accent table in light oak, $150. That's a good price for a little accent table. And there's a lot of visual interest there. It's cute. Here's a fun piece, also looking a little mid-century, but then it has the light wood color. So it's kind of got a lot of different things happening there. And I think that it's very artsy, let's say. If you're a modernist and you like artsy pieces, this one's for you, and a good price. The scalloped rattan accent table is $150, and it would give you an infusion of, say, the tropics or the coastal feel or of just warm weather in any room. So I thought that that was an interesting piece for, the spring and summer coming. The twisted metal oval picture frame is $16. The overall size is 6 by 8. Now it's matted to fit a 4 by 6 photo. And any frame that you can get that has the matted look, I think is better. So this is ideal for that reason. It does appear that there are two different sizes. I think the one I'm talking about is the smaller one, but I'll link both of them, okay? We have a beverage pitcher. It's $16 and it has some accents in the glass that have swirls and it makes it look a tad faceted. So an interesting piece, something new, and then there are glasses to go with it. For $12, you can get a 4-pack of these footed glasses with the interest on the glass there, and they go right with the pitcher, like I said. This piece reminds me a lot of a silver tea carrier that my great grandmother owned and was passed through our family. I don't own it, but it's $20, and this I don't imagine is food safe, but it's a really beautiful piece to put on a shelf or on your coffee table to hold a few little items that you want out of sight, but really sweet. This tablecloth in floral comes in 3 different sizes, 2 normal rectangular sizes and a 70-inch round. They're all the same price, $24. We have a 4-pack of floral napkins, $12, and it's kind of an interesting print, almost like a Renaissance looking thing to me, but I thought this was a nice little set. This navy blue and white scalloped table runner is $18, a decent price. And the scallops are very trendy, but it also looks crisp and traditional because of the navy blue. I'm showing you one size in this green leaf tablecloth, but I believe there must be multiple sizes, and I'm going to guess that they're all the same price, just like the blue tablecloth. But if you like the navy blue, the other might be for you, but if you love green, I bet you love this. Well, there were so many beautiful pieces in the spring line for Studio McGee. I'm giving you one more glance at my top picks, but I kind of liked everything that I showed you in this video. If you did see anything that catches your fancy, if you wouldn't mind purchasing it through my links, that would help me and the channel a lot. I get a small commission if you end up doing that. Well, I will see you once again very soon, but I am skipping putting out a video the Saturday after Christmas. So I'll see you the week right after that, and I hope you really enjoy your holiday.